I watched the film, basically sat directly behind Stokes, in the literally one row in front. Imagine you're a cinema. I was one row behind him.
Right.
Sat with his wife, and it was obviously an emotional experience for them. They hadn't actually seen the very final cut of the film. But it got me thinking while I was watching it, and then afterwards talking to a couple of people around, like England players and other people in the room. It got me thinking about the effect that watching that film will have on his leadership, not from him, but from his players' point of view, and the way they have seen him lay himself fairly bare. Obviously, there are elements of the film which are a bit theatrical and a little bit his side of the story. Obviously, there's some bits, but there are other bits. The bits on the mental health stuff,
he's really strong.
Is really strong. Yeah. It's undeniable. You look at him in those conversations with Sam Mendes last August, a year ago now, when he was on his break, and he's described himself as being a shell of a man. He actually looks it, doesn't he? And he's pale and he's gaunt, and just he's not right. And I think the effect that will have on his standing in the team among his players will be profound. I think he's already kind of their unquestioned leader. He's already he can already do no wrong in their eyes as a character around the dressing room. There's a line from Root in the film where he says, "I'm lucky that I'm one of the few people who get to see the best of Ben Stokes," which is essentially what he's saying is the mate, the guy who, on the kind of tenderer moments, we see him as this kind of big rugged guy who's got dirt all over his cricket kit and all that kind of stuff, but actually it's they value him most of all as this kind of man manager and friend as captain, I think, and friend first, boss second, etc. He, like Robinson, we saw that a little bit with this week. He said, I had some pretty tough conversations with Stokes about my shape and my professionalism, essentially. And we know that Stokes at his best, Stokes is that, the absolute peak of that in the modern game in terms of giving absolutely everything you can. And I think that the desire to follow him will only grow having had that film be released. And I think that's quite an interesting thing in terms of development of his team.